Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Glad you could come on and watch this. Today we're not making a wreath or a swag, we're making a floral arrangement using this rustic bucket with the little ring handles on it. I actually don't know where I got this from. I'm gonna guess Home Goods. I didn't buy this for a floral arrangement. I've actually used this for past like 2 years maybe at craft shows to help keep my little paper like when I'm, before I started wreath making, if you guys didn't know, I started paper crafting, so I had different stocking stuffers. I used to do Christmas craft fairs, so I had a whole rustic layout of my containers, so that's what I use this for. It's in perfect good condition. It doesn't have any scratches, dents, anything. So yeah, so it's pretty big. I'm gonna see, here I'll grab a ruler and tell you how big it is across. It is about 9 inches across this way and just over a little over 7 inches on the bottom. So it's a nice big container. We're gonna be using some floral. This is gonna be more of a summery. You could use it for spring also. Spring is kind of over where I live right now, or anywhere basically. I live in Wisconsin, so spring is kind of over already, but we're gonna be using some pink hydrangeas. I have 3 on this bush. If we need more, I have another bush of it. We might use these orangey, like almost like salmon color roses, maybe. Haven't decided yet. I also pulled out this bush of like purple, like wild berry type thing. I'm also gonna pull out these. I just saw these. These might be cool in there too. They're like this yellow, I don't even know what it's called. Wait, let me see. I can go on my order over here and tell you. It's called yellow Forsythia spray. Forsythia. I'm not very good with florals, you guys. I know some of them. I got some greenery. I pulled out some greenery. I got more also. I just picked up some of my ones that I've already been using. I got this tea spray one. Not sure if it is gonna work. I got this foam eucalyptus. And I also have this plastic bead grass. It's got yellow beads on it. So that's what I have out so far. We might use some other. I also have this purpley. I don't know what it is. It's pretty cool looking, but we'll see. Kind of just went with, I wanted to use the hydrangeas for sure. So I have these 3 little blocks. I can pick up more. I have more down. It's floral foam. Comes from the dollar store, I think. It comes in a 3-pack. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of get it in here to the point that I like it. I think we're gonna go like this, stuff that guy in there like that, and then we're gonna take this guy. And I don't want to use that, so I think I don't have a knife to cut this with, but we might use maybe we'll use this dude. More than likely it's not going to cover the full-on base of it, but if I can get most of the base covered, I'll be happy. So usually I don't use this type of foam because it's kind of, I don't know, I just don't really like the texture of this. This is all I had. Usually I like to use the full-on styrofoam. Now I think I'm going to have to come in with my scissors because that knife thing doesn't go down that much. And it's this stuff is very messy. Very annoying on the ear too, so I don't know how good this camera is picking up the noise. Hopefully not very good because you don't want to hear it. Okay, so it means a mess. So we're just gonna shove that guy down like this. So now we have it like this. I'm not sure. I probably have to go in and grab one more piece. But I'm just waiting for my hot glue skillet to warm up. Once it gets warmed up, we'll stick some hot glue down in there. I'm just gonna grab one more pack. It comes in a pack like this with 3 of them in it. So 3 different blocks. Probably just need one more just to fill in those corners. Just because I'll probably need to use them corners. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna cut this in half. I should probably just get like a butter knife down here. That would be so much easier to cut this, and it'd be a lot easier. So once I'll get one of those eventually. Maybe I'll just go up and steal one with my mom, but I don't want to go. We're almost done with this, so I'm not gonna go get one now. So this definitely is a huge mess. This is very messy. That's why I tend not to like to use this stuff very much, because I don't like making a mess because I hate cleaning it up. Who else is like that? It's like, I'd rather not have to go clean that up, so there. So I'm just kind of like cutting off a corner. This stuff kind of, if you're using the regular foam, you might have to carve it into the way you like it. This stuff, it kind of just folds down into the way you want it, so you don't really have to go about making it perfect. You're not going to really see this that much either, so I'm not too worried about the whole perfectly even and everything. But yeah, there we go. I'm gonna tip this over. So now I kind of just filled in those corners. Like I said, it's not perfect. As long as I'm covering up now my scissors are nice and like fully covered in, it's like it almost kind of reminds me of like that magnetic sand that you used to play with when you were little kids. I don't know if you guys did, but I used to play with it. I'm gonna quick wipe up this mess so we don't get it all over my floor, because then I have to go through with the vacuum, and then that's just more work. So why not just quick clean it up now, save myself more work, even though my floor needs to get cleaned because it's very messy. I have floral pick cutoffs and snips from everywhere, and it gets annoying after a while. So that's how I do that. I like to just cover up the base. I actually only used 3 full ones and then a half of another one. So 3.5 of these little blocks is what I used. It depends on your container. If your container's smaller, you're gonna probably need less, obviously. And if your container's more than likely you're gonna need more. So I'm gonna just wait for this hot glue to melt. It's kind of melting. It's almost there. I got some, so we'll grab some. I'm gonna just use my hot glue, or this little plastic spoon. But I'm gonna turn you guys down now, so you guys can see what I'm doing from now on. From now forward, I'm gonna move you guys forward also. That way you guys have a better view of the camera, or of the project. So I'm just gonna come in with some hot glue. If you can use a hot glue gun for this, I tend to hate hot glue guns. I hate to have to play. Okay guys, so I don't know what happened. My camera stopped. So hopefully from now on it works. I don't know what is going on with my camera. I think it's working. So hopefully it doesn't cut out again. And if it does, hopefully I remember. So I don't know what I was talking about, but all I know is I was taking the hot glue and I was putting it on here. So if you guys didn't see that part, if this part wasn't cut out before I started putting hot glue, all I'm doing is just putting hot glue from my skillet onto the project, or the foam. Lost for words. Sorry about that. So yeah, just a little bit of extra stability, just so I know that this isn't coming off or going anywhere. I'm just gonna add it on just different cracks, and that's about it. You don't really have to do that. I tend to, because just want to make sure that nothing's going anywhere. You could also put it on before you put your foam in. That way it's nice and stuck to the bottom of the thing. But I tip it over. It isn't going anywhere. So I'm not too worried. I'm going to move this pan out of the way because it's got a bunch of that foam stuff on it. I'm going to have to take it and wash it a little bit better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my main flowers, which are the hydrangeas. And I'm going to place those in, and then I'll work around it. So what I think I'm going to do is you need to discover where, actually first, I missed the part. We need to come in and find our, oh, here. I'm going to put some moss down on here just to help hide the mechanics of our wreath. That way, if the florals don't cover up all of the foam, you can't see it. You don't have to. If you're going to be using this for your house, go right ahead and start adding your florals. Since this might be getting sold, my mom doesn't like it. I would like just to help hide the mechanics. You could use anything. I'm just using whatever I have. This is called sphagnum moss or something. Spanish moss. It's like a brown color. You can use the green stuff also if you want. I don't have that right now, so then I'm gonna come in with some pins, just a couple little pins to help get this guy in there. You can use floral stems. I don't have any, but yeah, I'm just gonna use some of these little pins to help just keep it in there a little bit better. You can also go like this, and you could use one second, let me find it. You can come in and use staples. It's an alternative, if you would like. I'm just gonna use a couple staples so I don't drop them. The Spanish moss has a little bit of funky smell to it. I don't know what it is, but I think it's old. So that's why I'm like, I need to use it up, and then I'll probably get in some of the green moss. So yeah, you can also hot glue this down into the foam, the moss, if you want. I don't. I'm actually out of floral pins. That's why I don't have any, so I can't use them. But when I am out, I either use those pins. They were a little bit too small, or I just use some. These are actually staples for a staple gun, I think, so that's why they're a little bit bigger. And they work. They're just a little bit smaller, so you might have to use a couple more, but it saves you the headache of having to go in with glue and all that pain. Hot glue is good for some things, but hot gluing moss onto into a container is not the best thing to have to use hot glue for. And it kind of doesn't look that great either. It leaves like a mess. It comes out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna do a couple more little picks of it just to make sure I have it all nice and secured down. And then, so I think we'll do one more right here. Okay, what the heck? There we go. So yeah, that's another alternative if you don't have floral stems, or you're out like me and have to reorder some, but you haven't reordered them yet because you always forget. Yeah, so you can just use floral picks, or hot glue gun, or no, my goodness, guys, I tell you, it's not even that long of a day. It's midday, and I'm already saying words that aren't even like what I'm trying to say. Staple gun staples you can use. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I don't know if I want these big leaves on there, so I think I'm gonna cut them off. If we decide that we do want them, we can always go in and put them in later. But I think I'm gonna want there's one that's really big, or like more full. Some of these other ones have like a little bit more odd shaped. So that's what I want this one in the back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decide, before I do anything, I want to decide where I want my front and my back to be. I want it, these on the sides. I don't want them like this and you put the flower back here. I want these to be on the side, so like this back here, it looks like the front to you guys, but it's actually the back. This is gonna be my back. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna keep these up just so I remember that that's like where I'm trying to go for. And I want this guy in the back, so I think I'm gonna put him like right there. I actually might want him up a little higher there. And then I think we're gonna put these dudes. I don't even know if I like these leaves on there. To be honest with you, I think they're too big. I honestly think they're too big for what I'm trying to do. These guys, I'm gonna clip. I'm gonna just put them down. I'm not hot gluing them in yet. I'm just going in to see where I like them before I do any hot gluing, because once you got them hot glued, you kind of have to keep them, basically. See, this guy has to go back a little bit more because otherwise they're too close. And then this guy is gonna come right up in here. Maybe I'm gonna do like a 3-stage type. There we go. This guy has to come up a little higher though. I think we might have to attach a little bit of these leaves onto them, or a little bit of this guy onto him like so. Okay. I don't know. That guy's not working. Okay. So, again, just making sure that my things are nice and high. And then these guys, they're gonna have to come down more. They're a little too tall. Otherwise it doesn't look like my bigger guy over here is like even like in the ground. And don't worry about how it looks. Like right now you're probably like, okay, that looks really funky. It's because you don't have any greenery or anything else in it yet. Once you get your greenery in there, it is going to turn out a lot better. It's going to look a lot better. Right now it's just like, okay, there's 3 flowers in here. Okay, so I like that. I like it kind of like a 3-tier. It goes tall, little taller, and like real short. So I think that's how I'm gonna have this guy. This guy is actually not going in. The staple is not. Okay, so now that I figured out that I want it, I'm gonna put him in the hot glue. Put hot glue in there. If you don't want to put hot glue because you're gonna be using this for your house and you just don't want to use hot glue, feel free not to. I always use hot glue, especially when I'm going to be selling them, because I don't want any of my florals coming out on coming out of its the wreath, the swag, the arrangement like this one, because that just doesn't make your business look good. So anytime I'm going to be selling or planning on selling, or a possibility of it could be getting sold to a customer, it will always be applied with hot glue. That's just how I go buy things. Everyone is different. You might not. That is your choice. So after I picked my big flowers in there, now is when I'm going to come in with my greenery. And I actually think I might need to start a new batch of putting some new ones in there because I don't have much. on that one stem that I wanted to use. This guy has no stick, so I just take a floral. Of course, I always choose the end that is the bigger end that doesn't fit in there. Every time I try to do this, I do that. It's like one of the things where it's like, after a while, you should catch on to that, but you just don't. And then once you are starting, you're like, okay, I did that again. So, yes, so I'm just using just a regular, like, pick, greenery pick that was off a different greenery that I cut off that was too long, and I saved them and just reuse them. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy new ones or you can't use it because it doesn't have a stem. Just come in and start and use a different one that's already been cut off and reuse it. You're saving money and you're reusing other products. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with this bigger guy. This guy's pretty cool. He might look good into the back. That's another reason why I like to know my back and my front before I even start, because that way I can tell where I'm gonna be putting any longer pieces, taller pieces, bigger pieces that I don't think would look good in the front. Usually I like to come, if I'm gonna use anything taller or bigger, it usually goes towards the back and then it gets smaller and shorter towards the front. Okay. Oh, what am I looking for? I'm like, what am I doing? I was looking for this. Okay. So here is just a whole pick of greenery that I'm gonna just get some hot glue on, and I'm just gonna use that in it just to help bring it in and get more of a full like look to it faster than cutting it all off. And that is basically it, what I have on that one. I have this thing of shrubs, but I don't think I want to use that. I don't know if I want to use that either. So we got this guy. We also have this guy with these two, so I might quick use this guy. It's got plastic on it, so I'm trying to just, okay, this guy is gonna have to go towards the front because it doesn't have, it's just on wire, it doesn't have that big of a pick. So let me know, guys, if you guys like working with floral arrangements, or is it just wreath is your jam? I like working with all sorts of different arrangements, not just wreaths. It gives you a nice variety, and it gives you different items to work with and different things to do. So that's why I'm not just a wreath maker. Some people are specifically just wreaths, nothing else. They don't make swags, they don't make arrangements, they don't make, I'm more of a home decor person. Kind of all ties in together, the florals, the ribbon. I'm not going to be adding any ribbon to this either, you guys. And you could, if you had a bigger thing, a little different base, you could add some of these bigger leaves from hydrangeas in there. I don't like the look of that. They're just too big for the wreath. And I'm going to come in with, maybe not that one. I think we will go with this pick of greenery. This greenery pick, I think, came from the wreath shop. I might be wrong. I think I'm right, though. I'm usually always right. Okay. And just always go in and fluff. Maybe we'll move this up a teeny bit more. That way you guys can kind of see. Always come in and fluff up your greenery, no matter if you just bought it, it got shipped to you. It always is just going to be a little bit scrumped together, and you want to make it nice and full for your arrangement. Oop, that guy fell off, so we are not going to be able to use that guy today. We'll use that in a wreath or something. So this is just called a plastic fern bush. So it's just a basic greenery bush that you can probably get on any store, Joann, or the wreath shop, craft outlet, deco exchange, what else is there? Trendy tree, Trends and Gems, any like arrangement or wreath shop will probably have, might not be the same exact one, but it will be something pretty similar, not similar. Just a nice big pick of greenery, a different, I like to pick the greenery that's got multiple different types of greenery on it, not just one piece. That way it gives a variety and you don't have to go out and buy 8 different picks to get the variety. It all comes in one pick. So this dude fell off. I don't know what he fell off of, but that's totally fine, because that's when we just come in with our little floral stem. We add some hot glue, stick it right into the little hole of the pick, and voila, you have a brand new pick. And it only took a couple seconds. So don't, if anything falls off, either just put some hot glue in it and put it back on the stem, or take an extra different stem. I don't know if you might have some laying around, or stick it on a steel pick machine and use it again. So I'm just coming in with greenery. Greenery is basically a filler when you're working with any type of project, no matter if it's a swag, wreath, arrangement. It helps bring in the whole kind of like, it helps make a nice base and make your wreath look full, and helps make your colors that you're choosing in your wreath pop, and not just adding all florals. I have the hiccups, you guys, sorry. I talk about that in my wreaths a lot, that it's very important to go in and use greenery, because if you don't use greenery, this tape, I don't know where I got this tape from, this floral tape, but it is so bad. It is not even sticky. It just falls right off the thing, so I don't even know why I even go to it anymore, because it just falls right off the roll. It doesn't even stick. You put it on your greenery thing and it's just going to keep on coming off, so it doesn't even pay. I don't know where I got it from. Couldn't tell you. But I'm very disappointed in it. Who knows, it could have been at the Dollar Tree. And if it is from the Dollar Tree, not a surprise. So, and since that's the only greenery, I just used some tape and I'm going to put some hot glue on it, just to make sure. Just because I think that this greenery bush was just a little too short, and I would like to use it towards the back of my arrangement back here, just so it can come up behind the hydrangeas and kind of bring in a little bit more greenery back there. So that's why, excuse me, that's why I did that. So don't be afraid to attach 2 stems together if it is too short, to bring in some height in your work. And if it is too tall, it might go on and bend. Just push it down a little bit more and don't let it bend. That's basically my rule when I'm working with my stuff. So I think I might even want to bring in some of this fern. I don't know where this came from either. Probably the wreath shop. I shop there like the most. They're like my top favorite store, if that's even a thing. Top favorite store. Probably not even a word. Kind of sounds odd, but top favorite store sounds like a word. If not, I just made it a word. And it is basically let me see what the name is called. Doesn't have a name. Probably just gonna say fern bush if I look up on my, yeah, it did come from the wreath shop. Lace fern bush. That's right, I always forget. I order from so different places. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, that's right. I did pick it up a couple weeks ago, though. I actually have an order coming in from the wreath shop for a custom order, and I have some fall stuff in that order, so I started shopping for fall, everyone. It's not even June yet. But, you know, I was actually on there, and it is crazy because there was so many different things that I wanted, but they were sold out already. So there are many people, not just me, there are a lot of people that are already shopping for fall, or they just haven't got that in for a while and they're not going to get it until fall. But I'm thinking it is people are already shopping for fall, and that's crazy because I thought I was crazy, but I guess once you get your summer stuff basically almost finished, the next season for you to think about is fall, so I guess I'm not that crazy. I think I'm crazy. My parents think I'm crazy, but other wreath people are probably like, no, I'm already getting in my fall stuff. So maybe I'm not crazy. So I think I'm gonna bring in a couple more of just maybe this bush or something out of this bush. I think this will look kind of cool. Just bringing in a different textures. I'm not trying to go for the whole same exact texture look. I like a variety of greenery in my bushes. If you just have one greenery, say for instance you just use boxwood, I feel like it's boring. I like to add many textures and colors. So maybe some light greens, some dark greens, some lime greens, maybe some more yellowy greens, maybe some more of a almost like a bluey dark green type. Depends. So I don't like to just go for the same color, same look, same texture. I'm more of a mix it up and get a variety going on in there kind of person. Now I think I'm going to come in and work on another flower. I just need to decide what color flower I want that to be. I'm thinking more of a, I don't know, I think I like the yellow actually. To be honest with you, I think I might like this yellow. I just think that this teal is just too close to pink that I'm not going to like it, so we're going to get rid of that. And there's also yellow kind of in the insides of this hydrangea that will kind of help bring out, that this yellow will help kind of bring out. So yeah, I think my mind has been made up by this. And like I said in the beginning, I don't know what the heck this was called. It starts with an F. Couldn't really say the name. Kind of a funky name. If you guys hear any noises, my dad's actually working like right behind you guys. Not inside, but outside. We have a window right there, and I think he's doing something with stone. So hopefully he doesn't knock on the window and have me tell me to come out there, because hopefully he looks in here and sees that I'm filming, because I'm not trying to go out there and help him right now. I do help him. I don't want to see in the comments lazy. I do help him, but right now I'm trying to get this video out. So once this video's out, I'll probably be out there. If you guys aren't following my Facebook page already, MB Crafts, please go on over, check it out. Maybe give me a follow, maybe a like on some of my video photos. I share photos of all different wreaths that I make. Sometimes I don't make a video on my wreath, so if you're trying to see what wreaths I make that I don't do a video on, that would be your best option, because I usually post a picture of the wreath that I work on after I'm done with it. A little sneak peek. And so yeah, go on over there. It's called MB Crafts. If you can't find me, look for the profile picture of the wreath. I think actually the profile picture now is I think it's actually the wreath that's right behind me. The Summer Sand and Sun with the teal and blue, right there, with the teal and blue bow. No, not teal. Teal and pink bow. So if you're, because I think there might be some other MB Crafts, not logos, but Facebook pages, so. But yeah, and if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, why not? I'm kidding. But if you really do enjoy content like this and wreath tutorials, I don't always make floral arrangements. Sometimes it's a wreath tutorial. Sometimes it's a talk with me and chit chat. Sometimes it's a haul. Sometimes it's a business tip on how to sell your wreaths, your floral arrangements, your swags, your home decor. Sometimes it is a quick little favorite product video. I have a variety of different videos on my channel. So yeah, if you like these kind of videos, consider subscribing so you get notified every time I upload a video. And yeah. And turn on your notification bell if you do subscribe. That way, you're first person or first to get notified every time I upload a video. You will get a notification on your phone saying, MB Crafts, Max has uploaded a video. You need to go watch it as soon as possible. I don't know if that's what it says, but that's what it should say. Your favorite YouTuber has uploaded a video. You need to go watch it. Give it a like, drop a comment, so that way we can gain this channel and get more subscribers to it, because we do not have that many subscribers and we need to go up. Like I said in my last video, probably a couple videos ago, that I would like to do a giveaway once I get up to 100 subscribers. So if you subscribe, we'll get up to that, and we'll get up there pretty fast, and then we'll be able to do a giveaway. So, and everyone likes giveaways, don't we? Yeah, I do at least. I never win, but if you subscribe, you'll have a better chance of winning if you don't, than if you don't subscribe. So, yeah, consider subscribing so we can hit that 100 mark. And then once we get to 100, hopefully we can get to 200, and then get all the way up to 1,000, because that would be awesome. I will be happy if we get to 100. I never thought in my life that I would even be starting a YouTube channel, and now that I actually have tried to break my next, never thought I'd get to 1,000 video. 100. But we gotta get to 100 before we get to 1,000, so let's reach that milestone before we get to talk about 1,000, because if we don't get to 100, it's kind of impossible to get to 1,000. So I'm once again gonna be adding another floral stem to this, just so we can go behind this bigger poinsettia, well, my hydrangea. They kind of sound like, but yeah, that's why. So I'm just gonna add another little stem to this. That way we can get a little bit taller and add some color behind that. So yeah, that's how I do it. If you don't have a hot glue skillet, you can always use a hot glue gun. Works perfectly fine. I actually used that for the first couple years when I started making things. I didn't even know a hot glue skillet even existed until I started watching a lot more wreath videos, and then I realized that that was a thing. Then I picked up one from the crafting section on Amazon. I looked up like craft hot glue skillet. Came in the mail. That thing was so tiny. So yeah, if you are gonna consider buying one for wreath making, I suggest you go and you look up electric skillet. It's gonna be the one for like cooking, but it's way bigger and way more quality than the little cheap one that you get from like the crafting section, because those ones are so tiny you can barely even fit a pine cone inside of them. So yeah, if you're gonna go in and buy one, I don't like the way this dude is sitting in here, so we're gonna take that out, and we'll probably add something else in there. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. Maybe come in with some real tiny greenery or something. Or something. We'll get something going on in there, dude. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, go in and buy the one that is meant for food. This one's the 8-inch one. It's like I don't know, it's like the cheaper one, because you know me, I went with the cheaper one. I don't need such a big one. Well, it's not even that big either. It's pretty big for what you're getting for the price. It's not tiny. I don't think I would need one of like the 20-inch ones. That thing would take up my whole table. I would have no room to craft. So I'm looking for something else greenery, but I don't know because I have this, like I said, but it's not very wired. So I don't know if when I cut this, we'll see. When I cut this, I don't know if it's gonna be able to stick down in there. And I don't think the stems are wired, so I don't think it's even gonna be able to jab down in there. Well, maybe. Oh, it did. Yeah, but it doesn't stay. Okay, so that is a bust. That's more like just for like a little add-in for a wreath. If you would want to use these, you could attach like a wood floral stick on it, or attach a floral pick to it. Right now, I'm not going to because I don't need to. I can still see the base of my wreath, or my thing, so I'm gonna come in with a different type of greenery stem. Just going in, and I'm trying to cover up the look of I don't want it to be sticking out. I don't want to see a lot of my sphagnum moss, especially in here in the front. In the back, it's pretty well covered up, but you can see it a lot up here in the front. So I'm gonna come in with this little pick. I kind of cut it down a little bit, so it's a little bit smaller. And this guy's got multiple different pieces. I don't know if you guys can see. A couple different pieces. It's pretty short, so I can get it right down in there in front. This is kind of annoying that the florals for this thing kind of are down there, so I'm going to kind of just transplant them. You don't see the florals down there anyway, so why not just come in here and move them? Yeah, if that ever happens, just move the different flowers that are on there over. They come right off, and then you just stab them right into one of these little like arrow type things, and then now you have yellow right on over there. Yeah, and they're perfect. Doesn't even look like you moved it. Sorry about that, you guys. That is, like I said, my dad is working out there, so hopefully he doesn't have to do that for very long, because that would be annoying. And if that does happen, if he is out there, I'll probably have to stop the video, wait for him to finish doing that, and then I'll come back on, because I would not want to, I know you wouldn't want to be watching a video. I know I wouldn't want to be watching a video, so that I have to hear that in the background. That's just annoying. So, yeah. So, I don't know how much longer he's going to be doing that for. If it goes on for another couple minutes, it should be fine. Won't really bother me, but if I hear that, if it's going to be going on for next 20 minutes, I will stop it, come back on when he's done, and then you guys will be, it won't be as annoying anymore, because I don't want to listen to that either. So I don't know if I think this would look good. This grass bead, it's called beaded grass. I want to just take it out. We'll cut a piece off. I don't know if we're going to use it. I don't know how sturdy it is. So if it doesn't stand up by itself, we can't use it in this floral arrangement, because basically a floral arrangement is supposed to be able to stand up. The stuff that's in it should be able to stand up. But I really think that it would bring a nice touch of the yellow in here. But this looks cool. Look at this, you guys. It's like very like, it does stand up basically pretty much by itself. So hopefully it doesn't, it does the whole time, because otherwise that's gonna be annoying. It looks pretty cool. I like the way it looks on here. I just have to, the stem I cut is very short now, so we have to hope it doesn't go down again. Okay, we might have to add another floral stem to this because I cut that one and this is definitely not gonna fit over there. So yeah, like I said, you guys, in probably 1,000 times in this video, don't be afraid to attach another stem to your stem if it's too short to how you need it. Don't like say, oh, I can't use it because it's too short. You can use it. I have a way to use everything. I am not afraid to sit here and put some tape and some hot glue on it because I'm not gonna waste it because it doesn't. I think my mom is in my bedroom, probably looking for me. I hear her up there. Or, I don't know, what is she doing up there? She has to see the door was shut down here to the basement because the only time the door is shut down here is when I'm filming, so it's pretty obvious that I'm filming, but who knows? Maybe she's not in my bedroom, maybe I'm just hearing things. Okay. Okay, well, what the heck? You guys see that? It doesn't even stay. So maybe we have to just use this in the front. I think that way I had that stem just wasn't sticking in there very well. We might just have to come down here. It's got a very short stem, so I don't want to burn myself with it. And we'll stick it down in there and bring it up like that. That looks pretty cool. I think that looks good. Okay, where did I put the rest of that? Right on here. This stuff is really cool. I like the way, I didn't know how well it was gonna sit. I didn't know if it was gonna be like that tea leaf stuff, like this stuff that just dangles here. But no, it's pretty sturdy. I think that other one was a little too small. Kind of makes a mess if you don't, when you're pulling it off the stem. But that's basically any type of beaded anything. It's not like going to be like all staying on there. But it's pretty good. It's not like the whole thing is falling off, but it makes a little mess. If you don't like mess, you might not like this stuff, but it looks pretty cool in your thing, so if it's gonna make a little mess, I don't care. As long as it makes my floral arrangement look good, we good. Okay, so I don't know what I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing too much. I actually think I might need a little bit more. I don't know where I put that. Where did I put that purple stuff? Oh, right here. I think I might need one more spray of this purple. Right over here. Just a little bit over here. We have not much. We just have a bunch of greenery right here, and I don't want just greenery. I want a little bit of color. Just a little bit of color. Maybe a little color popping through right there is good. Okay, and then I really think it would look cool if I had a teeny bit of that grass. This grass right over here. So I think we're gonna do that. A little bit of this grass right up here in front. Oh, maybe that's a little too tall. Okay, we'll see. We can always cut it a little bit more. Oh, I like the way that looks. Okay, that looks good. So what do you guys think? I think it looks good. It's basically more of a flower arrangement where you're gonna have to have it one direction. Like, you're gonna have to kind of have it sitting somewhere like this. You can't have it, because of the way I have the flowers placed. But not every flower arrangement is gonna be where you can have it everywhere. It's just gonna have to get sold like that, which I'm perfectly fine with. It's gonna be like, they're gonna know that when they buy it. Because this kind of back here doesn't have much. It's kind of like, more of a just like sit it by your wall or your little like in the corner by your little TV stand or something, by your like side table, your coffee table. It can't go in the middle of your kitchen table and you're not going to be able to see it from both sides, but it's still fine. I just think that it just looks good with like the way I have it. But yeah, so that is the way I chose this. I think I might actually come in here with the scissors and maybe go a little snip snip on this little curvy stuff in the front, just to make it a little shorter. I don't want it to be too. And then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna pick out all my hot glue strings, kind of fluff everything up a little bit more. Make sure there's no like bald spots that I see. I don't think I see too many. I see a bunch of it everywhere. It looks pretty cool. I don't know where this. I think the farther you stick that stem of this grassy stuff down, the more it stays up. The more, if you have it way back, I think it just comes up and doesn't like to stay where it is placed. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of shove this grassy stuff down a little bit more. Okay. And if it doesn't come out, you might have to pull it out, and you might have to cut it, because it might be hitting the bottom of your, the pot, you know what I'm saying? Like the bottom of the container. Or it just doesn't want to go in right. It's being a pain, maybe. That also might be a problem. Sometimes your things, you think it's one thing, but it's just actually being a pain. But yeah, guys, I think it looks pretty cool. I love the way this thing looks with just the yellow. I don't think, see you guys, this is another example how plans change in the middle of your idea. I didn't know if I was gonna want to use this yellow because I didn't know how good it was gonna look. But I think it's a better choice than this, the salmon color roses. I just don't think those would have looked very good with that. It was too light. So I think the yellow helps bring in, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll kind of bring it up to you guys. You guys can see, I don't know, maybe it's too light. But yeah, you can see it right, oh my gosh. Oh, that pedal's in the way. You can see in that, right there is a perfect example. You can see the yellow in the hydrangea. Right, oh my goodness, like right there. So yeah, there's some yellow. Maybe we can go right here in the front. Right here in the front, you can see the yellow in the hydrangea. So that helps bring out the yellow. This, the yellow, I don't even know, like the two different yellows, like the grassy stuff that we picked up and the other stuff that is on like the wood type looking thingy. That really helps bring in the whole effect of the, it helps bring out the yellow in the hydrangea. Sometimes when you have a little bit of color in your floral, your bigger flower, or a flower that you can't really see, but then you want what you kind of wanted to see, bring another flower or a different type of grass or floral that in there, and that as soon as you bring that in there, it's gonna help show that right. Once you see the pop of this yellow, it's gonna really help bring in the hydrangea. But yeah, guys, so just imagine this sitting out on your whatchamacallit, like a table facing like this. It kind of looks more like a wild grassy type. It almost looks like it's like the middle of the forest. There's different grasses in there. I like the way it looks. It's more of a traditional, so you can go more elaborate and put more and more in it. I kind of went in for the more simplest, like green with the pop of different colors. I didn't want to put too many colors in it to help affect the hydrangeas. I kind of wanted the hydrangeas to be the main focal point of the flower. If you had a couple different little picks of smaller flowers, you could bring in more flowers. But since the hydrangeas were more of a bigger flower, I decided that's the one I'm going to use because I didn't want anything to come and take away from the hydrangea. But yeah, you guys, so and I also do like a little pop of the purple, but I think I see a teeny bit bare spot right over here, but I don't know what to add. And we could have added this eucalyptus. I just think that we had enough green in there that we didn't need it. It wouldn't even look like eucalyptus. It would have just, I feel like it would have just brought out and it wouldn't have looked cool. And it's kind of, I'm going to use it more in a design where I don't have that much greenery and you can actually see the eucalyptus and see the way I have it in there. And then it'll help bring it out more. But since there's too much grass in here, it would have just blended in. You wouldn't have been able to really see the unique of the eucalyptus. So yeah, I just covered up a little spot of the greenery and some greenery that I saw. I'll probably find a couple more bare spots when I'm looking at it and I'm going through and I'm adjusting it. But yeah, for right now, you guys, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. So consider hitting the red subscribe button if you guys like this kind of video. And yeah, stay tuned to my next video. I'm not sure what it might be. It might be a wreath tutorial. We haven't done one of those in a while. I feel like I had one planned and then it stopped, and that one I actually was making a tutorial on, but then I did a different video and I was uploading that before I made this video. So hopefully that's up, and then you'll see this video next. But yeah, until then, you guys, goodbye.